I'm James, this is Beard Wisely, and today we're talking about Dr. Squatch soaps. Let's start with the packaging. First, it says it's made in the USA. It says it's made out of recycled materials. Also has a little story on the back, which I'll read for you now. It says, "We all have human obligations, but as men, we still desire to be wild, free, and natural like a Sasquatch. Turn your shower up a notch and unleash your inner man with Dr. Squatch. Soap that's full of the simple and natural ingredients your body loves and deserves." Sounds pretty good, right? I don't know if you guys have seen the commercials that these guys put out or their promotions on YouTube or on Facebook or anywhere else where you may have seen any of their promotional gigs, but they are hilarious. If you haven't seen them, then I encourage you to go check them out. Let's talk about what I like about the box. For one, I like the fact that it's durable. It's a natural soap, and most people know that natural soaps tend to be a little bit on the softer side, which means they're a little bit more brittle. They can break a little easier. So the fact that they made a durable cardboard box, I appreciate, because it shows that they're taking care and concern for their customer and making sure that in shipping that it gets to them in one piece and it's not damaged. So I definitely like the container. I like the fact that it's made in the USA. That absolutely is a plus. And for me, I live in a state where recycling is mandatory, so it's definitely easier when I have a package that's easily recyclable. So I appreciate the recyclability and the durability of this package for sure. Let's talk about the scents. They have a lot of different scents available online. I picked up a few. Let's talk about some of the ones that I have. I have a eucalyptus Greek yogurt. I have a cedar citrus. I also have a spearmint basil scrub. And I also have a nautical sage. Let's talk about the eucalyptus Greek yogurt first. As you notice, each box comes with a little hole cut out, so you can have a little scratch and sniff, so to speak. At first sniff, straight out of the box, it's very mild, maybe a little bit below mild. It's a very mild smelling soap. You can tell it's natural. It's not perfumey at all. And in case you didn't know, eucalyptus is definitely good for cold. So even though it has a little bit of a mild scent, knowing that it's natural, eucalyptus is a natural remedy for colds and congestion. So that's pretty cool. I appreciate that for sure. Also can help with allergy alleviation, if you didn't know that. Let's talk about the spearmint basil. Give it a quick sniff. Ooh. This one's got a little bit more of a profile to it. Let me check that out again. Yeah, definitely picking up on the spearmint. I don't know about the basil, but I'm definitely picking up on the spearmint for sure. I like this one a lot. My wife says that she picks up more on the basil, but I'm picking more up on the spearmint for sure. Spearmint and basil. Spearmint basil scrub's a home run. If you get a chance, grab one of these. And I haven't even used this yet, but I can tell from the other ones that I've tested, I'm gonna like this one. Let's talk about the nautical sage. Give that one a quick sniff. This one's not me. No, this one's not me. I mean, it's a little bit kind of minty and a little, I don't know, slight musk to it. My wife doesn't pick up on the muskiness, but I do pick up on the muskiness. More muskiness than mint. So my wife and I, we disagree on a couple of these for sure. I don't like this one as much, but that's okay. Let's talk about the cedar citrus. Give it a quick sniff. Oddly, this one is really weak smelling, which is disappointing because I like citrus stuff. No, this one is really weak. It smells more like cedar wood, but it's more mild, and I guess I'm saying smells more like cedar wood because it says cedar, but mild cedar, really mild cedar. It's not a strong cedar smell, but I definitely don't pick up on any of the citrus notes at all. So that being said, about the scent, out of box, mild. This one almost, the cedar citrus almost no smell at all. A little light cedar smell. Definitely no citrus smell. The nautical sage, not for me. The spearmint and basil scrub, this is my jam. I like this one. This one smells good. And the eucalyptus yogurt, I mean, it's okay, but so that being said, with the smell straight out of box, mild to almost non-existent on some notes. But let's talk about in shower. When in shower and you're lathering up, the soap feels good, smells great when the fumes and the vapors start coming up in the shower, smells good. Once I get out of the shower and I dry off, if I smell, I can't smell anything. It's virtually non-existent, no smell at all. For some people, that may be a good thing because they don't really want to have too much scent on them. For me, I kind of want to smell a little bit like the soap that I'm using. So I was a little disappointed in the fact that there's absolutely no smell once you dry off, and once I put in some beard oil, and once I get ready in the morning, you can't even tell that I used it. So if I appreciate the smell of the soap but can't even tell that I used it after I showered, it's a little bit of a disappointment for me, unfortunately. I will say that it does leave your skin feeling unbelievably smooth. It has a good feel to it. It does have a good lather, and that's one of the things they talk about. I don't know if you've seen any of their promotions or not on Facebook or any of their ads on YouTube. Hilarious for one. Even if you didn't want to buy the soap, you could just sit and watch the ads and laugh like crazy for a while. But one of the things that they talk about is the fact that when you use the soap, that it does lather the way that it does. I'll give them the fact that it does lather pretty well. And the smell in shower is very good, and the feel on skin is really good. You do end up having a really hydrated feel, and your skin feels smooth. It does feel like a healthy soap. Like, it feels like you used a natural, healthy soap. So I'll give them that. Now, how long will one of these bars last you? unfortunately, a bar is not going to last very long. I'd say you're going to need, you know, maybe 2 to 3 bars a month, and it goes quick. I can give you some tips. For one, if you use a little soap dish and put your soap on it, it'll keep it dry. And where it's a natural soap, softer soaps break down a lot easier, so it being in that dish will help it last longer. But better yet, you can get yourself a little soap bar bag. It's a soap bar bag. That's terrible, right? Forget it. You get yourself a little soap buddy. Let's call it that. You get yourself a little soap buddy. I think my wife said they're called soap savers. And you take your bar of soap, you stick it in the little soap saver, and all it is, it's a little exfoliator. You scrub up with it, you rinse it off, you hang it in the shower, done. That's it. It doesn't get any easier than that, and I'm telling you, it probably makes your soap last 3 times longer, at least. Find yourself one of those little soap saver bags for your soap. Put your soap in. You won't regret it. I think you can find them on Amazon. If not, you can just maybe check in Walmart or some Bed Bath & Beyond or something like that. I'm sure that you can find them somewhere. I don't even know where I got mine. Maybe Amazon. But definitely get one. So, how much do these bars of soap cost? Well, I paid $8 a bar for these. Ordered them directly from the company. Took about 2 weeks to get them, which isn't too bad. That's pretty typical. With everything that's going on in the world, it's possible that it could take a little bit longer, so don't hold me to the fact that, hey, you got your soap in 2 weeks and, it took me a little longer, or it didn't take me 2 weeks. Well, it took me 2 weeks, and it was $8 a bar. So some people say that their soap, they can get it for a little bit cheaper, and some people, they say it costs a little bit more. $8 a bar. If you don't go directly to the supplier themselves or the company themselves, then you can find this brand of soap. Not all scents you'll be able to find, but most of them you'll be able to find on Amazon. Prices may vary, shipping times may vary, all that, but at least you'll have an opportunity to try out some pretty good soap, actually. How would I rate this soap? Well, I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 5. And I give it a 5 for these reasons. One, it smells pretty good, and it smells pretty decent, even though it's a mild smell. But it doesn't have any smell at all once I'm out of shower. Once I'm dried off, once I'm done doing what I'm doing in the morning with the beard oil and everything else, you can't even tell that I use the soap. And that's a little bit of a disappointment for me. The cost per bar is also a little bit of a disappointment for me, because it makes it difficult for an everyday consumer to use this brand of soap on a daily basis. So on a scale of 1 to 10, unfortunately, 5. What's my recommendation? My recommendation is, sure, try the soap. It's good soap. If you can afford it, use it. If you like it, use it. If you don't like it, or if you can't afford it, you can find other soaps other places. If you like the idea of having a natural soap, but paying maybe a little bit less, or maybe even having more control of what's in your soap, look locally. Go to your farmer's market, look online. There's people around you that make soaps. And you can work on having a soap made that's distinct to whatever scent profile that you like, that you can have certain things in the soap that complement whatever kind of skin issues that you may have, whatever skin conditions that you may have, so you can know exactly what's in your soap. So my recommendation to you is, if you can afford it, if you want it, sure, get it. If you want something that's natural but a little bit cheaper and you want to support your local community more, find somebody around you that makes soap. Otherwise, there's definitely cheaper soaps for you in the grocery store, that's for sure. Good soap though. Definitely a good soap. Hands down, I recommend it as a gift. I recommend it for anybody that wants to use it. It's a good soap. It's a decent soap. I'd call it a middle of the road, but good soap. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification button, and I'll see you next time.